Hi, Scorpio. It's IyaPatsy, and I'm here to do your love bite for the time period between mid-April and mid-May 2018. So, I've already done my prayers, and I shuffled and laid out your cards. This cycle, we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm using um, the cards from the Gods and Titans and Goddess and Sirens deck, and these are by Stacy DeMarco and Jimmy Manson. So what I've done is I've uh, gotten two energies, one for the masculine and one for the feminine. So this side of the reading is masculine, this side of the reading will be for the feminine. But there are messages that may be appropriate for both parties or for both energies. This is not necessarily a couple. This is geared towards you, the viewer, and information that you need for the coming month or so. Right? So, as it goes on, we may find out that there are commonalities between the two. But again, this is not necessarily your love interest, male or female. More so, this is about you. But sometimes, so far, there have been a couple of instances where the energies may be attached to one another in some way. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me know by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much. I've got 1,700, over 1,700 viewers and subscribers, and so I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And I hope that these readings resonate with you. If they don't resonate with you, that doesn't mean that they won't resonate with someone else who has the same astrological sign. And these are nice little things to attach as a birthday greeting or just to say hi, you know. So if there's someone in your world that's also a Scorpio, they may benefit from these messages. So be sure to share it with them and hit the notification button so if I ever get enough energy to do any live readings, you will be able to hang out in the room with me and see what happens, okay? So let's start with the male energy for Scorpio. And this is for the time period between mid-April and mid-May 2018. So the energy that came up for you, Scorpio, is wisdom. Thoughts. Thoth. Thought. This talks about wisdom. This talks about having confidence in what you know, all right? Being able to retain information, like if you're going to take a test, you're studying for something important. Thought is the energy that helps you do well on tests or any written material. Thought also represents writers, authors, lyricists. They say that he invented the alphabet. So anything that has to do with writing, or being a scribe, a secretary, a speechwriter, someone who even gives speeches, um, those type of energies that work with words. So someone who may be in the public speaking arena, could be a professor, could be a college student or someone in school. Um, if you are concerned about retaining the information, this also talks about being careful about where you get your information, to be discerning about your sources, news, other information, making sure to do your own research before making decisions. This is about someone who is wise and has a thirst for knowledge. So this person This could be talking about you, right? And this could be saying that during the time period that we are referring to, if you have exams to take, midterms or finals, that you should be confident that you will be able to succeed, all right, and that if you are concerned about that, you may want to invoke thought to help you while you're taking these exams or while you're preparing uh, these written presentations or verbal presentations. Okay. Um, be careful about the messages that you hear. All right. There may be things that you're not sure about. Maybe someone's telling you something and maybe it doesn't sit well with you. So you may want to go and do your own research about the subject so that you can have a better handle on the subject. When they come to you with this information, you'll be able to be discerning because you'll have your own frame of reference about the subject. So what this is saying to me is don't take anything at face value. If someone's coming to you with an idea or with even an accusation or some gossip talking about someone or some information that doesn't seem to jive with what you know already, do your research, be discerning, be careful of what information is brought to you and what information you take in. Wisdom. Now, I got some cards from the Romance Angel Oracle for you, Scorpio, male, masculine energy. And the three cards that came up from the Romance Angel Oracle deck for you was you love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And the impression that I got is that there is someone coming towards you that you may not know, or you may not recognize in the coming time period between now and the middle of May. A little after that, perhaps. Past life relationships. You have known each other before. So this may be someone who you feel that you meet, that you feel interested in, connected to. Spirit is telling you that you've known each other before in a past life. The third card that came up with that was trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So I think the message was to get you ready for this new love that is coming into your environment. Spirit is letting you know that this is someone who you have a karmic or a spiritual contract with, someone who you know from a previous life. This may or may not be permanent. It could be, someone who comes in for some time and then you learn the lesson and you part ways. Or this could be someone who's a forever love. All right, so they're just telling you to trust, have faith. So when you see this person, you'll recognize the connection. And you'll know if this is who they're referring to. Or if there's someone who you've met already that you feel really familiar with, that you're really interested in, and you feel comfortable with. Spirit is saying that this person is someone that you've had a past life relationship for, and have faith in the connection. Not saying that it's permanent, but it's something that's needed. It may be a lesson There may be a lesson this person is coming to share with you. There might be something that this person is bringing you. But again, be discerning. Research. So if you're in a relationship with someone, or you just started something new, or any relationship, I'm being told, Scorpio, if someone is coming, if someone is asking about something, or there's some situation that you're not too sure about around you, do your research. Google it. Don't take anything for face value this month in regards to relationships. People try to manipulate. People may be trying to manipulate. So the way that you protect yourself is by getting the information. Get your information so that you can stay ahead of this. It may not be about this new person that you're going to meet. It may not even have anything to do with your love interest. But there's some information or something that you are being led to believe about something that don't take it at face value. Do your research. Someone may be trying to manipulate you in a situation based on faulty or half-truths. Faulty information or half-truths. Okay. Faulty information, half-truths, exaggerations. Exaggeration of situations in order to keep you close, in order to keep you off balance. Control. So you're being advised to check into these things. Don't just take the words of people around you. Consider the source, is what they say. Consider the source. You may need an objective opinion about something. This could also be talking about getting a second opinion if there's something to do with medical. Get a second opinion if this has something to do with medical. Also, get an objective opinion about something that has to do with someone close to you with their health. This is not for everybody. This is for someone. Someone may be trying to make you think that they have an illness, or that their illness is at a certain stage of progression. That it's not. That it's not. They're trying to manipulate you through using your sympathies, your empathy, and the fact that you trust them. Don't trust the information. Check into it yourself with a source that may be unrelated to that person. So getting the second opinion without having that person influencing, or someone that's not connected to the clinic or the hospital or the doctor that you're dealing with. Get a second opinion on your own. Do some research. Google it, whatever they're telling you. Get information about lab tests and things like that. Read it for yourself. There's something, someone, something is not as it seems, not as it appears. That's not for everybody. That may be for someone. The next card that came here for you was the Sun Dancers. And this is from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. Sun Dancers talks about joyful activities, celebration of life, abundance. Card is number 32. 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is about change. This is about creativity. Lots of things going on around you. Abundance. Celebration of life. A celebration of life could be a homegoing service. Someone could have passed away. So maybe you're going to attend one of those type of celebrations. That would be change. That's for somebody. Somebody may be going to someone's funeral, but it's going to be like a homegoing, a celebration of life. Let's see what Sun Dancers is speaking about here. Sun Dancers celebrate you and remind you of the laws of success and praise. Anything you place your attention on will manifest and experience. So the laws are always perfect. Expect the best and praise it in advance. This unleashes the magic of mystical magnetic energy, drawing circumstances to you to create the reality you envision. So this is about positive affirmations, giving thanks in all things. Before you start asking, give thanks for what you already have. Okay, give thanks in advance for the grace and goodwill of the divine. Be willing to dance the victory dance as if your greatest dreams are realized, and watch how easily things begin to fall into place. Stay positive and leave the timing up to the divine. So this is asking for divine order to be established, for divine timing to be established. All things are possible now. Dance the joy of being and celebrate your life and your abundance today. The challenge of this card is beware of losing yourself in your dreams of the future when the Sun Dancers come to challenge you. Their message is sweet and simple. Stop what you're doing and go have some fun. Celebrate what is and don't worry about what will or what could be. Be in the here and now. Just be, just for today. You will find your answers, but only after you've made time to play. Tomorrow, after all, is another day, and the sun will rise again to shed its warmth and light and all that needs clarity. You can count on it. Okay, so for our Scorpio male energies, what this is saying is that maybe you need to take a little break. Maybe you have been doing too much studying, too much researching, too much working. Maybe your head's been buried in the book so long that you can't see what's really going on around you. So, take your heads up out of the books for now, just for today, and do something that makes you happy. Do something that celebrates life. Go out and play. Go dancing, turn on some music, hang out, barbecue, pull out the grill. Do something that makes you happy, that takes your mind away from studies, books, writing, work, all of that. focus on something else just to give your brain a break so that you can clear the energies around you so that you can tackle what this is later. I think you've been too bogged down in worrying about the situation, perhaps, dealing with all the information that's coming to you. Maybe you've been bombarded with a lot of information and you haven't been given a chance to think for yourself or breathe because you're taking in all of this information. And so what the Spirit is saying to tell you is that you have the information. You have access to get the information that you need to give you the clarity. But because you are so involved in this situation, you haven't had a chance to look at it objectively because you need to protect yourself from something. There's some information that's being given to you that is not quite the whole truth. And they're saying to you that you need to step away, breathe, shake off all of this energy or energies, have a little fun, and then go back to this and check into this. If this, then this message is for someone specifically, or a few people specifically. But, Scorpio, have faith in your ability to discern. And these people know that about you. That's why they're bombarding you with so much to keep you off balance. They're like, too much on your plate. You have too much on your plate to catch the bullshit. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. They're overwhelming you so that you're not, so that you can't have a chance to get clear. And what Spirit is saying to you is make time to do something else, to give yourself a vacation from this, even if it's just for 24 hours or 48 hours, so that you can come back refreshed. And this is going to change the way you look at this situation. But you have to do it. You have to do it because they're trying to block you from doing that. Wow. Okay, Scorpio. So that is the message for the male energies. So let's take a look at the female energies. Okay, so the energy that came up for you, Scorpio feminine, is segment. Segment. This is reduction. This is eliminating things from around you that no longer serve you. So this may have to do with spring cleaning. Throwing away things that you don't need anymore. This is also talking about maybe reducing contact with people who you don't really need anymore in your life. Removing yourself from people and places and things that have grown outdated, that are stealing your energy, that is reducing you, belittling you. minimizing your worth, trying to minimize what you bring to the table. And maybe those people need to be removed from your table. Tying up loose ends, getting closure. Bringing resolution to a situation, bringing peace to a situation, because you're walking away from it, because you're washing your hands of a situation. Okay, so the messages that came from the Romance Angel Oracle deck for the female Scorpio for the time period between mid-April and mid-May 2018 was: free yourself. Time to take back control of your life. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And it's safe for you to love. Open your heart and receive the greatest energy of all. It's safe for you to love. So, what the message that I got from this was that it may be a love relationship that no longer serves you, or it could be too many people involved in your relationship, be it a third party, or could it be in-laws, or it could be, family members, could be too much work, all right? Something needs to change, something needs to reduce. Free yourself and pay attention to the red flags. Could be a work situation, or because this is a love reading, it could be a love relationship that maybe you have given too much of yourself to, or someone has tried to control you, and maybe that's the person that needs to be subtracted or reduced from your life, or at least reduce or take back your power from them. Okay? Free yourself from the situation. Doesn't mean that you have to leave the person, but it does mean that you need to set boundaries and establish your own boundaries. Establish your own self-control. And letting the person know that they need to trust you and trust your judgment and have faith in you and the respect that you have for yourself. That you don't need to be controlled because you already know right from wrong. And that in order for you to remain in this relationship, you need to be free to do and express yourself without fear of retaliation or that someone's going to take their love from you. Someone is using your fear of losing the relationship. They may be trying to control you through sex, holding back emotions, so Spirit is saying maybe you need to draw back your emotions and your connections with this person. You need to reduce your interaction with this person until they come towards you. You'll need to talk. You need to talk so that you can establish your boundaries. Maybe this person needs to be reassured. Pay attention to the red flags to be in this situation. That you can recognize that someone is trying to control you and doing this against your will. But this also could be telling you to pay attention to the red flags on why are you choosing to remain in a relationship, or why did you choose this person who may have shown indications ahead of time that they were going to be controlling. So what is it about you that you thought that that was nothing to worry about, or that you thought you could handle it, or that they wouldn't do it to you even though they did it to other people, that you were certainly different and that they weren't going to do you like they did those other chicks, right? Because that's what we think. So the red flag is not only about that person's behavior, but it's about yours also. What are you drawn to? What are you drawn to? You try, are you do you create codependent relationships? Maybe the problem is with the energy that you put out. Say for you to love. This is saying that this is a relationship that you can feel safe. That maybe what you need to free yourself of is your pessimism about the relationship that you're in right now. Maybe you need to free yourself from thinking negatively or for picking people apart. No one's perfect. So maybe the red flag that you need to pay attention to is self-sabotage. But it's safe for you to love. Think about that. Clearing out the mental baggage, emotional baggage. Clearing out those contacts, those people in your cell phone that you don't talk to or that you don't need to talk to. Getting rid of the old in order to make a space for new to come in. The card that came for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, Scorpio, was the Spirit Whisperer, Divine Guidance, and Higher Knowing. This card is a 3. This is about getting messages from the divine, messages from the ancestors, messages directly from the Creator. Being open to those messages. Also, looking for sources of knowledge, of spirituality. Let's see what the book says about the Spirit Whisperer, number 3. Spirit Whisperer. As an ally, the spirit whisperer comes to you, heralding the miraculous and the inspired. She whispers guidance from the divine through your higher senses so that you can hear her wisdom and know of her love for you. This is about intuitive messages. She is committed to helping you intuit the next right action and steers you away from trouble. The spirit whisperer keeps you inspired to move forward, always knowing just in time the correct next step to take. She guides you to fulfill your highest purpose. When she appears, as a sign of inspired ideas that with continual action lead to success. It's a very good omen. So this is about ritualistic work, maybe. Taking care of your ancestral altar. Setting up a time to do your prayers. Setting up a time that you clean your altar, that you replace the waters, that you put new candles and flowers. Getting into a habit so that you will be there. You'll be open for the messages, that you will receive those messages as you're doing those rituals, as you're going through honoring your ancestors. If your question is about a relationship, the spirit whisperer speaks of a soul connection, past lives, and great learning through mutual mirroring. She will whisper how long, how short, how deep, and how sweet the relationship can be. You're going to get messages about that relationship. You're going to know how it's going to go. You're going to know who it is, when they're coming, and what they're bringing to you. What is the lesson? You're going to manifest your happiness in a relationship. You can manifest your own happiness in this relationship by visualizing. When you get messages, okay, so when you get messages, and let's say the person that you're interested in, they come across your thoughts, don't dismiss it if they're positive thoughts. Go with it. Allow yourself to take the fantasy all the way to the end. See yourself dating him or her. See yourself spending time on the couch, watching TV, joking, pillow fighting, exercising, cooking, going out to dinner, going dancing, introducing them to your family. Picture yourself with this person in all of those, daydream in all those places, and all those people, and all those contacts, and all those situations, and daydream and visualize all those things in a positive, situation, positive endings, smiles, happiness. So if you're getting negative thoughts or worried, don't feed into the negative, feed into the positive. I'm not telling you to be what I'm saying is that during your day, when you're praying and when you're taking care of your ancestral altar or whatever it is that you do, make part of your ritual to give positive, happy energy and affirmation to this relationship. Move things, throw things away, make room for love, make room for more love. If this person doesn't live with you, or you haven't, that you you're just starting, or you've been seeing each other for a long time, but you still live in separate places, start to make room for them in your life and in your home. Even if you got to clear out a little dresser and tell them that this is where they could leave their things when they're there. Make them feel comfortable. Let them know that they have a home with you. Let them know that they have a home with you, that you can make space for them. That you will make space for them in your life and in your home. Okay, so Spirit is saying that someone may be faced with someone that they're interested in may suddenly pop up at their door and need a place to stay, or need a shoulder to cry on, or someone to confide in. You can let them in. You're safe, and be available to listen and to be empathetic and to let them know that they're safe with you. Let them know that they're safe, that they're not left out in the cold. And you can help them reduce their burden by reassuring them that they're not alone. That's for somebody. That's for somebody. Okay. If your question is about a relationship, the Spirit Whisperer speaks of soul connections, past lives, and great learning through mutual mirroring. She will whisper how long, how short, how deep, and how sweet the relationship can be. There are soul bargains made even before you both were born here, and an exploration is in order. You may move forward, but keep listening to the Spirit Whisperer for the lessons and the vulnerability of love. But keep listening to the Spirit Whisperer for the lessons that the vulnerability of love brings. Yes, because when you open yourself up to another person, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And that's why some people hold back, or they try to set up smoke screens or blockages they create because they're afraid of this connection. The challenge in the Spirit Whisperer is that you may be about to go astray and need guidance. Red flags are waving, and you must pay attention, unless at least you find yourself cleaning up messes that you didn't even know you'd made. She challenges you to start again and trust your intuition. In time, you will be back on track. On this occasion, you can't possibly go wrong since you're that much more aware of the possible challenges you need to step away from. If this is about a relationship, you may be repeating something in your past that you don't need to relearn. Stay away, as this may end up as a costly distraction. That said, lessons learned over and over make for great wisdom later. So you're going to have to stay in touch with your spirit guides, Scorpio, in order to know whether or not things that are being repeated, either with this person or reminiscent of other relationships that you have, ask your angels, is there a reason for this person to be back in your life? Is there something about this experience that you didn't master or that you need to repeat that you didn't get before, ask them what is going on. Why is this person here? And what is the lesson that you need? And is this person intended to be in your life again? Or this experience intended to be in your life again? Or is this something that you don't need and that you need to just clear this person away from you? Reduction, clear them out of your space in order for you to be able to be open to new energy. So maybe that's what it is. That maybe someone who's around you, you need to free yourself of, because they're just going to take you through an experience that you have already had and that you don't need to go through again. You don't need to learn that lesson again because you've already learned it. And it's safe for you to love going forward with someone who's not going to bring you this drama that you've already experienced once, either with them or someone reminiscent of them. Okay, so we're going to get a final message for Scorpio, male and female, for the next month, all right, from mid-April to mid-May, and this is going to come from the Sacred Rebels deck by Alana Fairchild. Okay, Spirit, what messages do we have for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, male and female. What guidance can we get from Sacred Rebels? What affirmation, what advice can we get going forward for the coming time period? One card for them. Pandora'S gift, 45. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So this is a message from the ancestors. Pandora'S gift. Now we know Pandora's box, that out of curiosity, despite warnings, Pandora opened up a box and released all kinds of pains and suffering onto mankind. Things that mankind was not intended to have to face. Challenges, death, destruction, sadness, witchcraft, negative forces, because Pandora opened up a box that she was told not to open. That she defied the instructions of the wisdom of the Creator, and those people, those energies that were warning her not to open that box. And so all of the negative things in the world were released and ended up being part of our human experience. But from what I remember of the story, there was one energy that was left in the box that later Pandora was able to release to mankind. And that was hope. So whatever is happening, whatever you're going through, with all the bad experiences, with all the loss, with all the hurt, with all the pain, with all the confusion and the lies and the tensions and the bad things, there's hope at the end. And hope is also a gift of the Creator. Hope. Mm. I'm hearing the verse in the Bible. I'm hoping I get it right. Now abideth these three: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. Some Bibles have it as charity. Now abideth these three: faith, hope, and love. Faith, hope, and charity. But the greatest of these is charity. The greatest of these is love. But remember, faith, hope, and love. Hope is an important part of the faith exercise. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't hope, even if you believe. Part of believing is hoping. You're allowed to hope. That doesn't mean you don't have faith. It doesn't mean that you don't have faith. It just means that you're a human being. Hard-headed. But God knows who we are, and He loves us anyway. Anyway. Regardless. So let's see what messages we can get from number 45, Pandora'S gift. Take a look at that. Is that beautiful or what? There's a mystic woman, much aligned throughout history, whose name means all gifted. Pandora lives within each of us as our curious nature, yearning to conquer chaos and evil and darkness with the light of knowledge. And that goes with the message that we had for the male, right? Thought, quest for knowledge, wisdom. Pandora lives within us as our curious nature, yearning to conquer evil and darkness with the light of knowledge. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the answers, and in doing so, triggers the process that brings the answers. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions, and in doing so, triggers the process that brings the answers. Sometimes it is through uncomfortable learning that we find our treasure. Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can take us to places that seem like the end of our world, and yet not all is lost. Even now, the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventure. Pandora is all gifted and all giving. Her presence invites you to forego your belief in judgment. Now is the time to surrender misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or another. some terrible happening. It's time to let go of shame-based belief and punishment. This is a belief that you deserve to be brought to task over any perceived imperfection, or that your natural human journey somehow renders you inadequate. Pandora frees the soul from such torment. This is her gift. The human journey necessarily involves learning through experience. There is no shame in your learning process. Pandora's presence is the sign of a new time, a time to swap the notion of inherent shame for the acceptance of inherent divinity. From this moment on, how unstoppable you will become. Sacred rebellion is happening within your soul as a powerful uprising towards liberation. You are breaking free from the weighty criticisms of the world, from the power games that bore you senseless, and from the insanity of sacrilegious priorities in this world. Dare to disobey anything and everything that is not divine. Pandora is the leader of your soul revolution. She defies the vicious judgments of history and all that has been said about her. She shrugs off misery, despair, and the weight of the world to recognize that she is the bearer of the true and beautiful light of peace, comfort, hope, and reassurance. With her oracle comes the realization that you too are a divinely defiant believer in hope, who shall cast off the works of anyone who seeks to torment you. But seriously, take a look at that. As this shift takes place, you shall dare to look within your own being and find the light, wisdom. You are being put on divine notice from the sacred feminine that there is a talent and ability within you that needs to be acknowledged. There is a worthy seed of something beautiful and necessary within you. If you choose to develop and express this seed, step by step, it will become an extraordinary light in your life and in the world. So poke your tongue out at the naysayers and turn your attention to the bright hope within. You were born to strut your soul stuff. Ashe. Ashe. Some people need to go. Some things need to go in order for you to be able to take advantage of your gifts and take advantage of the opportunity that you had to stretch your stuff. Show who you are. Free yourself. It's safe for you to love. It's safe for you to love yourself. Pay attention to the red flags of anyone who tries to hinder you from your spiritual path. Anybody got time for that? All right, Scorpio. Well, this was your message for the time period between now and mid-May, or whenever I get to you. So thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about this deck, the spread, and these cards. Also, let me know what your of all the cards that we've been using in the last year. The Akashic Tarot, the Power, Archangel Power Tarot cards. Any of the cards that we use this year. Just give me your little review and which cards do you like the best, and which would you like to see more general readings with the Akashic Tarot, or with the Archangel Power Tarot, or the Tarot of the Orisha, or any of the decks that we unboxed or we used this year. Just let me know. Okay, so excuse me, folks. I have to put my legs. I have a massage thing here that I can't turn on while I'm doing this because you'll hear the noise, and it's already enough interference. But between takes, I can get a massage. It's a Shih Tzu or something, Hitachi something, and I can put my feet in it, and it can do my feet and my calves. It's a wonderful thing. I just thought about that when I moved everything around last week. I was like, oh, I could put this on while I'm doing this. And it really has helped me feel better. So anyway, everybody, I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, and commenting. And just let me know. Make sure you like. If you want your videos done quicker, the more likes, more incentive, along with the number of views, yes. But that'll get you higher up in the list of order between that and what Spirit says. If it's your birthday, you probably go first. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be talking to you soon. Be blessed. I love you guys. Bye.